let's talk about why I think I sorry, maybe you wanna think since my cat Chip and my favorite cat character Marie, they Marie is way beautiful for a little girl cat. Don't worry, I don't have a crush on her. Just like you know, just in case you get the wrong idea that I do or something. Oh, don't or whatever. Uh, uh, so anyway, I've been thinking. I know what people are thinking. Oh, trying something new, are we? And you say, I know who hasn't got a clue. Look in the mirror. You know that Sally character says that in the cartoon. I just thought I'd make that reference. Okay. Yes, I do have a moustache. I actually look great with a moustache. I know I got spots all over me, but other than that, I still look great. Considering I got spots all over me, I still look great. I mean, not perfect great, but great. Uh, Not greatest great, just great. Well, anyway, I was going to say, where I have like onesies, and I was wondering whether to YouTube some of my onesies on my video, because I've seen people review onesies. I also want to do Sonic the Hedgehog costume on YouTube, but I've heard people comment on this saying, oh, it looks creepy and whatnot, and I can understand what people were saying. Back in the days when I had a username called Sonic847, I made a video about me dressed up as Sonic, and I think it was Supersonic. I can't remember what the name was. But anyway, I'm sticking to my actual name now. If I change my username, I'll have to change my password rather than my username. Andrew Wolby, since it's my real name and stuff. Now, here's the thing. This is internet trolls going around the internet, and I'm not trying to back this guy up. But I'm going to tell you who his username is. Darksideville. Yeah. Why are people bashing his videos? Why are they saying on his videos he does bad LPs? Maybe he's just playing it because he's not bad at it. It is a solid game. Maybe it's tough. Maybe he can't. I don't understand. Maybe it is a solid game. I know with No More Heroes, I understand he overreacted a bit on the LP, but let's face it, it's his LP. He can do what the heck he wants. I understand what people are saying, like, oh, this and that, and then they make a video saying to him, like, oh, perhaps your mother was right not to cheat, because you didn't you shouldn't be buying figures now because you're an adult. To be honest, it's up to Darksideville. If he wants to collect stuff, let him. That's another guy who is awesome when he does LPs. I mean, watch his Ghostbuster video for crying out loud and see if he is making mistakes and that he is, saying, oh, I can't get past this area. He'll tell you the truth. You can't. And he's right. It is a solid game in that forum. But it just goes down to show that people can be just as ignorant when they comment on his video and say, oh, you're bad at this, you're bad at that. And they say it to every YouTuber who plays a game. This goes for, like, every reason. I understand, like, when people is, trolling on the internet, like, saying, like, mariotehplumber, Gligo 13 vids, or even blackbustercritic, and they suddenly troll about their fans, or they troll about a game, and, I suppose it's their video as well. It got rights to it, and the BBC has licensed them, well, I'm not saying that they licensed Lego or mariotehplumber, but what if they did? You'd have tons of fans on his site, thumb up, and you'd have like loads of thumbs up, no dislikes, or maybe barely any dislikes. This really does annoy me, because every time I make a negative comment about blackbustercritic, or when I say something bad about him, or when I call him over like nigger, which is a racist word, which I agree it's racist, but this guy really deserves to be, deserves to be a race. We deserve to be racist about the guy, because he just doesn't seem to really understand the benefits of Sonic fans. And by the way, I understand this, Sonic brain farts, when Sonic fans don't know what they're talking about and they just make a confusion. But the artwork could do with more detail. It could do with a real Sonic picture there, with actual brain farting, you know? But no, I understand the brain thing was actually good animation with the fart, but the Sonic picture was a bit much. It just was a crappy Sonic picture, not trying to be nasty or anything. But I'm not against him in any will or any way or any form, because it is his video channel and he is licensed by the BBC. But the thing that really got to me was he keeps saying PC's a good, personal computer is what it stands for. I always thought that it stands for processing computer. That's what I thought it stood for. But I guess even some people don't know. Maybe to all the computer experts it was called processing computer, until someone came up with the word personal computer, which was blackbustercritic, who keeps saying that. It can also stand for, piss poor company, or something like that. It can also stand for a lot of bad things. But, yeah, I suppose, the only problem I have when people talk about PCs, in general, is nothing personal or anything. This goes to PC fanboys, or it's just PC wannabes, or prefer the PC in general. You turn around, you're calling people who are not even a console fanboy, and you're turning around saying they're fanboys of a system, like a console. I wasn't a console fanboy when my Dreamcast, I was only a console fanboy when the Dreamcast was still around, and it was still doing well until PlayStation beat it, and PS2 and all that. But this is the thing, PS4 is an amazing system. I've seen, right, and I've seen how better it looks compared to the Xbox One. I've seen YouTube images and they say Xbox One is good. Yeah, but they could bring back the DRM. That's the thing I don't quite get. However, PS4, you get your money's worth. I don't know, it's the same with PS3. But blackbustercritic's right. You can get ripped off of the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, but it doesn't technically make you a fan because you have those consoles. You could have a PS3 and say, "Oh, I'm a PlayStation 3 fanboy," and just say, "I don't like the Xbox, I don't like the Wii, and all that," and just bash the system around. But here's the thing: I'm not a console fanboy, and I never have been. And the only time I ever were was when Sega was in the market, and that was just when Sega failed in the market. I haven't been a fan ever since. The thing about Sonic fanboyism, when people say Sonic fags, I don't know if people notice this, but when you use the word faggot, when you call someone a faggot, you do realize there's a British meatball, don't you? There's a bigger meatball, right, that they have on the Sunday meal, and people are calling people meat because that's how I look at it. So you're calling them a big meatball, for being gay, which is stupid. And also, the word Sonic fags. Do you know what I see there? Dr. Who selling electronic fags called sonic fags. Yeah, and he owns a store. Or maybe his people own the store that came from California and they come to Earth to sell the electronic cigarettes called sonic fags. That's how I look at it. Electronic fags. I don't look at it as sonic fags being called sonic fags. Another thing that always bothers me when people I'm not a fan or anything. I'm just not bashing people around. I just don't get it. Why is it Sonic fans claim to be Sonic fags? You know, this goes for every YouTuber out there. You know, you call a classic retro Sonic fan Sonic fags, and then you got modern Sonic fans who bash classic Sonic games and Sonic fans. Here's the thing, they're both great games, right? Sonic the Hedgehog from 1991 all the way through the 90s when Sonic was king of the consoles till the day he wasn't. That's right. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just saying, like, people, I think it's true with the fanboy rant with blackbustercritic saying, but I think it's every fanboy out there, and they just go around saying one game console's better than the other. Gets old. What's the point of fanboy rage now, especially with Sega fans out there? They probably turning around all these Sega fans going, well, what's the point of raging about a console? What's the point of raging about being a fan of Sega anymore? They probably turning around saying, we're not Sonic fans, but we like the games and we like the merchandise. We like the, buying the stuff to do with Sonic or Power Rangers. I know where people are coming from, but I'm just saying I'm not a fan, and I think people should claim it as well when they're on YouTube, because all they're doing is being made fun of, and I think it's unfair, I'm not trying to claim anyone by copyright or anything. After all, YouTube is under fair use. Well, it's supposed to be, but people get them for copyright when they do LPs and walkthroughs of games, which kind of annoys me. Even if it's just a simple capture card to try and capture people who are in these, hazards on to do with PSAs about electricity and stuff. Like Jimmy again electrocuted and earns himself a Darwin Award and stuff, which is kind of what people were going for. So I'm not trying to say that, that people should be fanboys about something. It just makes me sick how people can, look at it. Look, I have a pet cat. I look after it. I look after everything I do. I look after. But I think what people are saying is, are you serious about YouTube? No, this is why I post videos, to tell people clearly that they're not fans. They're just being picked on as fans. Look at Sammy Ricerock's video when he said, I have been accused of being a fan of the console series and other series and videos. Check his video and see for yourself if he's a Sony fan. I don't think he is. I just think he loves consoles just as much as anybody would, but I don't think he would pick up every single console and then play it unless it's popular and a good system, which I can't blame him for. He even tried, and I'm going to make this quick so I can go on to another video in perspective. So I'll be back.